Sometimes things go sour between employers and employees, and WWE is no different, but sometimes things get so bad that the promotion has to ban certain talent from the company. So let's check out 10 wrestlers banned by WWE and where they are now. Gail Kim deserved much better than what she got in WWE. A strong in-ring worker, Kim had the potential to put on great matches in Vince McMahon's promotion and help elevate the Divas division from bathroom break status. Call it bigotry or racism, but McMahon forced Kim's hand, which resulted in her swearing that she would never return to WWE again. According to multiple reports, McMahon was not interested in pushing Kim because he believed that no one would find her attractive. Clearly, Vinnie Mac was thinking of someone else when he said that, because Kim has always been an exceptionally attractive woman. She easily could have been the face of the WWE Divas division, and as stars like AJ Lee, Paige, and the Four Horsewomen rose to prominence to kick off the women's revolution, she could have put on fantastic matches with any of them. Instead, she cut her losses and headed to Impact Wrestling, where she showed WWE just what they were missing out on. A return to the company in 2008 resulted in a 3-year run that wasted some of Kim's best years. According to Kim, WWE refused to release her from her contract, and instead of just sitting and waiting, Kim eliminated herself from a Divas Battle Royal on Raw in August of 2011, quitting in the process. Since then, Kim has been extremely vocal about how she views WWE in a less than favorable light. As of right now, Kim is working as a backstage producer with Impact after retiring from in-ring competition in April. Zahra Schrieber had the look and talent necessary to become a big star in WWE. During her run on NXT, Zahra made a number of small appearances, but after breaking her collarbone in May of 2015, she had a spell on the sidelines. After returning to full fitness, she made her official debut as an in-ring announcer at live events, before eventually becoming Sami Callihan's manager in August. That run did not last long, as she was released by the company on the 31st of August in 2015. Schrieber first became popular in the eyes of casual fans when it was revealed that she had been dating Seth Rollins, who was engaged at the time. His fiancée posted pictures of their illicit affair online, prompting Rollins to issue a public apology and breaking up with Schrieber in early 2016. The second major event that was entirely responsible for her release was when pictures of Zahra from 2012 resurfaced, which pushed WWE to fire her on the spot. Since leaving WWE, Schrieber had a brief run in Dreamwave Wrestling in addition to a couple of appearances in Real Pro Wrestling. She has not really done anything of note besides that, so WWE clearly didn't miss out on much by firing her. Enzo Amore and Big Cass had the potential to be one of the biggest tag team acts in WWE history. They were already extremely popular on NXT, and that popularity translated quite well to the main roster, but WWE failed to pull the trigger on the team, never giving them a run with the tag team titles, instead relegating them to the status of entertaining but ultimately harmless distractions. It was only a matter of time before WWE split up the team, with Cass being set up for a major heel run, and Amore becoming the black sheep on 205 Live. Amore was arguably far more successful, even winning the Cruiserweight title, despite limited in-ring skills. Amore never lost a title match, as he was fired by the company on the 29th of January in 2018 after sexual harassment allegations were made against him. He briefly retired from wrestling and focused on his music career, before appearing in the crowd at Survivor Series in 2018, where he was escorted out by guards for causing a disturbance. That stunt resulted in him being banned from all future events at the Staples Center. Cass, on the other hand, was released in June of 2018 after being soundly defeated by Daniel Bryan in their feud. It was later revealed that Cass had behavioral issues, which included public intoxication and disobeying direct orders from Vince McMahon. He had a number of health issues after leaving WWE, yet he eventually did team up with Amore on the independent scene. Mr. Kennedy could have easily been a multi-time WWE champion, with the promotion grooming him for a strong run in the main event scene that included him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. He was even going to be unveiled as Vince McMahon's illegitimate son, which would have pretty much guaranteed him a prominent spot on the card for the rest of his career. Unfortunately, badly timed injuries and wellness policy violations stalled his push. In the end, working a stiff match with Randy Orton spelled the end of his career after the Viper called him a reckless and unsafe worker backstage. Kennedy went on to have considerable considerable success in TNA, and there was even the slightest chance that he may return to WWE to pick up where he left off. But instead of focusing on his work, Kennedy chose to badmouth WWE management and the Apex Predator, which pretty much guaranteed that he would never return to the promotion. He was fired by Impact Wrestling after failing an on-the-spot drug test in 2016. He had a brief run on the independent scene before making his debut for NWA on September 30th of 2019. Alberto Del Rio proved that he was a magnet for controversy during his stints with WWE. During his first run with the promotion, Del Rio was booked as an elite star, with strong runs as WWE and World Heavyweight Champion. His run with the company ended in controversy though, as he was fired by WWE for unprofessional conduct, following an altercation with the employee who was alleged to have made a racist joke. The unprofessional conduct was Del Rio slapping the employee. After leaving WWE, Del Rio had strong runs in AAA World Wrestling Council before returning to the promotion in 2015, where he aligned himself with Zeb Coulter and defeated John Cena to become the US champion at Hell in a Cell 2015. His second run wasn't nearly as successful as the first, with Del Rio spending most of his time in the League of Nations, which spent most of its time being beaten up by babyfaces. In August of 2016, Del Rio exercised the opt-out clause in his contract and left the company, after stating that he was unhappy with his position on the card. He claimed he had been given empty promises, which included a main event push that convinced him to re-sign in 2015. WWE announced that they had parted ways with Del Rio on September 9th, and the promotion was probably happy to see the back of him, considering the amount of controversy he had stirred up, thanks to his ill-advised relationship with Paige. Since leaving WWE, he has had runs on the independent scene, and even a brief run in MMA, which ended badly. As of right now, he has started his own wrestling promotion alongside Chavo Guerrero Jr. called Nacion Lucha Libre, which aired its first show in 2019. No one would have ever thought that Chris Jericho would actually leave WWE one day and join the promotion's biggest competition in the form of All Elite Wrestling, but that's exactly what he did, and today Les Champion is the biggest star in AEW and also its inaugural AEW Heavyweight Champion. On an appearance on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts' SiriusXM morning show, Jericho had this to say about his relationship with WWE. "I've talked with him a couple of times, but I'm kind of public enemy number one there now. I've been kind of removed from the annals of history. I asked the other day if I could have a couple of their guys on my podcast to promote Mania, and I was told, no, it's not appropriate because you're in AEW. I am banned from WWE. I think my stuff is still on there. I haven't been disgraced, but as far as I know, they had to take some videos down from Up Up Down Down of me playing. They edited some stuff from the Edge and Christian show that had my name on it." Despite his strong words, Jericho doesn't seem to be resigned to the fact that he is banned for life. He will probably return to WWE at some point in his career. It's just a matter of when. Teddy Hart was once billed as the heir to the Hart dynasty. Under the tutelage of his uncle Bret the Hitman Hart, Teddy became the youngest superstar to ever sign a contract with WWE at the age of 18. Unfortunately, he also became the youngest star to ever be released from a WWE contract, as he was let go just weeks before his official debut for the company. While Teddy had all the talent to become one of the greatest of all time, he was also brash, rude, and unprofessional, which resulted in him essentially being blacklisted by the company and a number of other major promotions in the country. In 2018, Hart returned to AAA, one of the few promotions still willing to work with him, and he has stuck around there ever since. Ryback had the potential to be a star in WWE, but instead became a cheap, failed ripoff of the wildly more successful Goldberg. After a failed run in the main event scene, Ryback spent most of his career in mid-card purgatory. Sure, he won the Intercontinental title once, but it was painfully clear that Ryback's WWE career was not going to amount to very much. Ryback was released by WWE in August of 2016, following which he returned to the independent scene for a mildly successful run. But most of the big guy's success has come outside of the ring, as he has amassed quite the fan following thanks to podcast appearances which have included him insulting some of WWE's top stars and management personnel. Ryback is a bit of a cult figure on the independent wrestling scene right now, yet the only way he will ever return to WWE is if hell freezes over. Ken Shamrock had a strong WWE run during the Attitude Era and is probably one of the most underrated stars from that time period. Only diehard fans remember his contributions to the company in the late 90s, with the Viper Randy Orton even stating that he should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. In an interview with Lords of Pain, Shamrock painted a pretty bleak picture, stating, "I don't know if there is a relationship. I know I was there and I know that I was able to be a part of something special. I just don't know if there was ever a relationship because even after I left, it almost felt like I was the black sheep. Once I left, never mentioned again. No credit given, no highlights or anything shown. Nobody speaks of it. I don't know, it's just weird. It's just gone. Even when they did this Raw reunion and these other reunions, it's like, why wouldn't I have been there? I don't understand that. I don't know who I pissed off or what kind of bridges were blown up. I thought I did everything on a very professional level." Shamrock's comments clearly suggested that he doesn't know where everything went wrong. Yet it seems like WWE has no interest in working with him in any capacity whatsoever. As of right now, Shamrock is a promoter for his own bare-knuckle boxing promotion called Valor, which he started last year. Scott Steiner has been one of the more popular figures in pro wrestling over the last couple of decades, but the man behind the Big Papa Pump gimmick has burned whatever bridges he once had with WWE. In 2015, Steiner approached Hulk Hogan's wife Jennifer at an airport and told her that if he ever sees Hogan again, there's going to be problems. This resulted in Steiner being banned from WWE's Hall of Fame ceremony. Since then, Steiner has strongly criticized WWE, even calling the Hall of Fame a joke, and is believed to have had a history of throwing temper tantrums and being a bit of a bully backstage. WWE has and will continue to distance itself from Steiner to the best of its ability. And these were 10 wrestlers banned by WWE. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I'll see you later in the next video.